Launched in the year 2019, the Hyundai Venue has been a star performer of the Indian compact SUV segment. Let's look at some numbers. The outgoing Hyundai Venues had sold more than 300,000 units and even at its time of exit was selling about 9,500 units a month, commanding more than 21% of Hyundai's overall sales. Hyundai India has now launched the new Venue with more than 40 changes. We spoke to Mr. Tarun Garg, Director Sales, Marketing and Service, to understand more about the product and Hyundai Motors strategies. Let's dive in. The Indian passenger vehicle market has been undergoing quite a transition in the past few years, with preference for SUV body type increasing at a rapid pace among potential customers. In 2017, for example, SUVs constituted 21% of the vehicle mix, while hatchbacks commanded almost half the market with 49% preference. As SUVs continue to grow in preference, reaching 29% in 2020, the past 2 years have particularly seen customer preference for the SUV body style peak, rising to 41% currently. Hatchbacks, on the other hand, has dropped rapidly to 35% in the past 5 years, while the preference for sedans has fallen from 19% in 2017 to 12% now. The growth of SUVs within Hyundai Motor India's portfolio has been even steeper. From 20% in 2017, the preference for Hyundai SUVs has grown to 53% in 2022 year to date. Data shared by Hyundai Motor India also showed that the share of compact SUVs within the overall SUV portfolio has also been growing at a rapid pace. From 15% in 2015, the compact SUV segment currently commands 52% of the total SUV segment. And the role of the Hyundai Venue, which was launched in 2019, in growing this segment has been stellar to say the least.
Venue is very, very important for Hyundai. To start with, it contributes 22% to Hyundai sales. If you remember in 2019 when we launched the Venue, the compact SUV segment was very basic.
Right.
And with the Venue, we were able to really raise the benchmark. We were able to give the first connected SUV to India. We were able to bring the turbo to India. I think a lot of industry first and segment first features were introduced. And Venue has really done well. Today, the compact SUV segment is the biggest segment in India, and it contributes 21% to the industry and 52% to the SUV segment. So Venue is very good. In fact, I'm so happy that in its 3 years, Venue was doing so well, and even now, towards the end of the life cycle, still there was a waiting on the Venue.
Right.
And here we are, again trying to raise the benchmarks with the new Venue, because the whole idea is how do you really excite the customers and how do you really raise the levels up.
Interestingly, the Korean carmaker has retailed over 300,000 Venue in the country since its launch, and it claimed that every 2 in 3 Venues sold globally are in India, highlighting the commendable success of the product in the market. The Hyundai Venue is sold in 40 plus countries globally.
3 years, more than 300,000, an outgoing model 9,500 on a waiting. So very, very good response to everything what we did. Features like sunroof, 45%, the Blue Link was very well accepted.
Right.
But the whole idea is because we have such a strong parent in HMC, we have the access to technology and some great features, and we have made some 40 plus changes in the new Venue.
Right.
And I'm telling you, the initial response itself is so overwhelming to say the least.
As on June 20th, just 5 days post its launch, Hyundai has already received over 21,000 bookings for the new Venue. While Garg is clearly excited by the response the new Venue has received, what is interesting to note is that customers seem to have opted for all types of engine and transmission combinations.
Like for example, even for diesel, I have received close to 35% bookings. Now the old Venue had 23% diesel. The new has 35% diesel, then 20% is turbo and 45% is petrol. So a very healthy mix across the 3 powertrains. And of course, the higher trims, like always for Hyundai, are receiving a great response.
While the growth of the Venue and its contribution to the growth of the compact SUV segment and the overall SUV segment in India is well documented, it is interesting to note that the first-time buyers are coming to the compact SUV segment. With the Venue, for instance, 36% of the sales are coming from the first-time buyers.
Just see how they are kind of moving away from the hatch and moving to the compact SUV. That is the first part. The second part is these customers are Generation MZ because 41% of my buyers are less than 35 years of age. They want everything in their car. They want connectivity, they want sunroof. 46% of my Venue sales are with sunroof. So people are wanting more and more features, and that is what really drove us to really introduce some very exciting features in the Venue. Today it has 60 plus connectivity features. And I'll give you some very interesting example. One typical trait of this generation MZ is that they are very, very impatient. So we got a feedback that once they give a command, because of the internet issues, sometimes the response is a little bit slow. So what we have done is 65 regular commands we have embedded. So the response will be very, very immediate. So switch on the AC, or I want to see the sky, so the sunroof will open. So such commands we have embedded based on the customer feedback.
Talking of features, Hyundai has also introduced a new and welcome feature called Ambient Sounds of Nature, through which owners of the Venue can opt for 6 personalized sounds of nature, including lively forest, rainy day, snowy village, open-air cafe, a warm fireplace, and calm sea waves. For the stressful drives that we have so got used to, these sounds could help calm our nerves during peak traffic. With a host of connected features that Hyundai has now introduced on the Venue and the overall package, including safety features, the new Venue indeed becomes a very compelling proposition in the compact SUV segment. While there is strong competition in the form of the new upcoming Maruti Suzuki Brezza and other similar products in the segment, Hyundai is confident of pushing its leadership position in the segment further.
Venue is all about premium positioning in terms of features. So customers, especially the generation MZ, who are really looking for a connected car, who are looking for some great features, and also who, different segments who are looking for different powertrains option. Like for automatic, we have a DCT option, which very few of our in the industry is offered. Similarly, diesel, which is again, a rare commodity as far as compact SUV is concerned. And here it is, because what has happened after COVID especially is that there are so many customers who are driving for long distances. Because now even for 400 kilometers, 500 kilometers, I don't want to go to a flight, too much of a hassle. I want to go in my car. And there I want a car which is very convenient. Now one feedback which we got was on the rear seat. Can we have a reclining rear seat? Can we have 2 options? Can we have a better knee room? So we have made some innovations. For example, we have a scoop in the front seat back so that the leg room has increased. Similarly, we have an option of a reclining seat. On the driver's seat, because Venue is mostly self-driven, so we have a power seat option. So we have tried to really make those changes so that, and of course it comes with those Hyundai strength of service network and Blue Link connectivity and so many other things. Extended warranty, we have 7-year extended warranty options. So not only we are giving a great product, but we are very, very confident about the quality of the product, and we have introduced some very exciting, overall features in the car.
The share of diesel in Venue sales, like Garg said, is a story worth noting. And it's not just the compact SUV segment, but preference for diesel is increasing across SUV lines.
Yes, in fact, Creta, 60% of my Creta sales are diesel. 78% of my Alcazar sales are diesel. 65% of my Tucson sales are diesel. If I move to sedans, 49% of my Verna sales are diesel. And now Venue, which used to be 23%, the new Venue it seems will be closer to 35%. So because as the fuel prices go up, and more importantly, as people are driving the cars more and more, they would want really a diesel car also. So petrol was anyway doing well. Turbo has been a sweet spot for the Venue customer, and now diesel also doing well, means we are able to really target different segments of the customers.
Talking of the powertrain, Hyundai is offering the Venue with 3 options. A Kappa 1.2-liter MPI petrol engine that produces 83 PS of peak power at around 6000 rpm, and a maximum torque of 113.8 Newton meter at 4000 rpm. Available with a 5-speed manual transmission, the company claims an ARAI certified fuel efficiency of 17 kmpl. The second engine on the Venue is the Kappa 1-liter turbo GDI petrol unit that comes with two transmission options. One, a 6-speed intelligent manual transmission, and the second generation 7-speed dual clutch transmission. With peak power of 120 PS and a maximum torque of 172 Newton meter, this powertrain unit delivers fuel efficiency of 18 kmpl with the IMT and 18.3 kmpl with the DCT. Also on offer is the U2 1.5-liter CRDI diesel engine that produces 100 PS of peak power and 240 Newton meter of peak torque. This unit is available with a 6-speed manual gearbox. The Venue, as the company explained, is based on 5 key product pillars: vibrant design, exceptional comfort and convenience, next-level technology and connectivity, uncompromised safety, and exciting performance. From an overall design perspective, the new Venue is certainly much jazzier and youthful than the outgoing model. The changes incorporated in the front, be it the newly styled dark chrome front grille or the LED projector headlamps with the LED DRL and positioning lamps, gives the vehicle a bolder and stronger presence. The highlight of the side profile are the new R16 diamond cut alloys, while the connecting LED tail lamps at the rear gives the compact SUV a newfound sporty look. Overall, the new Hyundai Venue embodies the latest design philosophy of the carmaker that is seen in many of its iconic international products, including the soon-to-be launched Tucson SUV.
Believe that yes, if there's a demand, even if it is a latent demand, as Hyundai, we would like to really go to the market and fulfill that demand. 2015, nobody thought that a product like Creta could sell 10, 12, 13,000 a month, but we were there to launch the product. Alcazar 6-seater, 7-seater was hardly a market. So the whole idea is there are two ways to approach a market. One is a market exists, and then you try to have a market share target. But that I think is very limiting. The other is you try to create a segment. I think Hyundai has always believed in creating segments and in raising benchmarks. I think what Venue did to the compact SUV segment was raise the benchmark. What Creta did was to create a segment. What Alcazar did was to create a segment. What i20 did was to create a segment. So I think that is very, very important. You talked about the SUV range, of course, 5 products. 2020, we were the market leader. 2021, we were the market leader. Today, 55% of my sales are coming from the SUV. Industry portfolio is 41, Hyundai portfolio is 54, 55. So very clearly, customers are really expecting Hyundai to really give those premium SUV products. Sure. And I'm not complaining. Yes, and launching some exciting products. Right. You talked about the Tucson, again setting some new benchmarks in the industry.
While Garg spoke about the overall SUV portfolio, he did not give us a clear answer when we asked him about the launch of the Venue N line in India. Although the speculation in the market is that it might be introduced in Q3 or Q4 this calendar year.
Look, I will not like to comment on Venue, but what I would like to say is with the i20 N line, I think we have been able to attract some very new exciting customers. Okay. They are really liking the product. They are willing to wait for the product. And on top of it, of course, they buy the N line and they buy a hell lot of accessories with the product as well. So these are very different customers who are really creating some and who want something very, very customized car for them. N line, as we have promised to you, we are going to introduce more and more N lines into our portfolio. So this year also, please wait for an N line. Which product? Let us keep it a surprise.
The new Venue, meanwhile, comes with a host of technology and connectivity features. In fact, as Garg mentioned earlier in the interview, the new Hyundai Venue with advanced BlueLink technology offers customers 60+ connected features, including advanced auto collision notification, location-based services, over-the-air navigation updates, remote services, vehicle diagnostics, and voice assistant. For the first time in the segment, Hyundai is offering customers new BlueLink features such as multiple regional language with 10 regional and 2 international languages, embedded voice commands, as well as home to car with Alexa and Google Voice Assistant. Also on offer is a new digital cluster with color TFT multi-information display, which provides data on fuel economy, drive information, tire pressure monitoring system, and turn-by-turn navigation. In addition, the new Venue has also been equipped with Drive Mode Select, giving drivers the options to choose among normal, eco, and sport modes. Hyundai has always been very focused on offering the best of safety features to customers. On the Venue, for example, the company claims to have offered 30 plus safety features, including 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, ESC, hill assist control, tire pressure monitoring system, and vehicle stability management. Even from a drivability standpoint, the Venue seems sorted on all counts. We drove the 1-liter turbo GDI petrol with IMT from around the Hyderabad International Airport to Ramoji Film City and back, and came back fairly impressed. The driver's seat comfort, visibility all around, the steering feel, and the suspension setup felt sorted on the wonderful NH44 that connects Hyderabad to Bangalore, as well as the interior roads in the Ramoji Film City. Going by the way the new Venue looks, the host of comfort, convenience, and connected features, the assurance of safety, and the competitive price point it has been launched at, Hyundai Motor India is likely to continue with its dominant run in the compact SUV segment. Overall, Hyundai is content with the way things are in the Indian market, and with new products and product upgrades due for launch through the year, the manufacturer is in a happy space.
I think, look, Hyundai is a full range manufacturer. Sedans you talked about. Yes, some people probably say, oh, sedans are coming down. But this year, I don't know how many of you know that even sedan share has gone up from 9.5% last year to 11% this year. Hyundai has launched two exciting sedans in the last 2 years. The Aura we launched, and then the Verna we had a facelift. Both are doing absolutely very, very fine. And our market share in the sedan segment is also higher than our all model market share. So we are very, very serious about the sedan segment. In Aura, we launched the CNG also, which is giving some great response. In hatches also, yes, while the share of hatches has come down, but hatches still constitute about 35% to the overall industry. So Indian industry is about 3 million, which means you're talking about a market of more than 1 million. So why will we shun that market? So we have a Nios, we have a i20. Again in Nios, we launched the CNG. So Aura CNG plus Nios CNG, we are selling 5 to 5,500 vehicles. And of course, Nios in itself, total, we are selling about 9,000. Aura, we are selling 4,000. So I think India is a very strong market. Hyundai is a very strong full range manufacturer. And we will see wherever there is an opportunity, we will go ahead and take it. At the same time, the customer trends, because they are towards SUV, which means you will see more launches in the SUV space. I think that is very logical.
We must also keep in mind Hyundai Motor India's plans for the electric mobility segment. The company had announced that it would launch 6 BEVs by 2028. When Hyundai introduced the Kona electric SUV in 2019, India was just about warming up to the idea of electric vehicles. An SUV that promised 450-kilometer range was received well, Garg said, and also offered the company some good learning about customer preference and expectations. The company has now announced the introduction of the Ioniq 5 in India, and Garg said this product will really help the carmaker in times to come.
So I'm very proud that Ioniq 5 is being introduced in India. I think this will really help us. If you see the strategy of Hyundai in EV space, it is slightly different from the IC. IC we started with Santro and then we moved up. In EV, probably we will have a top-down approach. So we had the Kona, and of course now we have the Ioniq 5, and then we'll see the ecosystem. We have already had a tie-up with the Tata Power, so we are working on the charging ecosystem. Hopefully the battery prices will come down. Hopefully some localization will happen, and we've already announced that by 28 we'll have the portfolio of 6 BEVs. So my point is a slightly different strategy required for EVs because the market is still very, very small and very nascent. At the same time, I think we are very, very committed towards cleaner mobility.
Despite the continued supply side challenges globally, Hyundai believes the worst is behind us, which means as a company it can be much more optimistic about the future. Garg expects things to improve here on, but at the same time, with fluctuating geopolitical situations, one can't rule out new challenges in the supply chain. And that means, like others, Hyundai would also need to be flexible in its approach to the market.